Hello everyone. Today I'm going to demonstrate activity number 6. We have reversible and irreversible changes. The aim of our investigation is to know the difference between reversible and irreversible changes and classify the processes that we are going to do. So we're going to do some process which are examples of reversible and irreversible changes. Now what you are going to do is to identify, we are going to identify whether the change is irreversible. So how are we going to know that? If there is a new substance formed, and if there is no new substance formed, then it is considered to be a reversible change. The first thing you have to do is to make a prediction. So you have to answer there the second column, which is all about prediction. So you have to predict whether the process is reversible or irreversible change. So what are the process that we are going to do? Burning a piece of bread, light the candle with a matchstick, add a vitamin tablet to a glass of water. Then we have add vinegar to baking soda, add metal coin to water, add some sugar to water, add some salt to water, then place the ice cube in a plate and watch, and then burn a piece of paper. So you have to first do your prediction, and then after that we're going to demonstrate each process. Okay, to start with, burning a piece of bread. So we have here a piece of bread, okay, and then a lighter here. So we're going to burn the bread, and let's see, okay, if there will be any changes on the bread. Okay, let's start. Okay, so observe, you will see changes. You are witnessing now the changes on the bread. Okay, so remember, if you want to do this if you want to try, okay, you have to do it with an adult or with the supervision of your parents. Okay, so you should not do this at home alone. It should be with the permission of your parents. Understood? Okay, now the question there, the first question, did new substance form? Okay, now this black thing, okay, is considered to be a new substance. So we cannot turn this back to the original bread. Okay, so we call this one as ash. So therefore, if there is a new substance, what will it be? Reversible or irreversible? So you have to write down your answer. Okay, the next process is to light the candle with a matchstick. We don't have a matchstick, so we're just going to use the lighter. So we have there the candle. So we're just going to light the candle. Okay. So as you can observe now, actually when you light the candle, there are two changes that are actually happening, or probably three changes. The first change is the burning of the wick. So as we discussed, when something is burning, okay, it is considered to be as irreversible change, because there is a new substance that is being formed when something is burning. Okay, so therefore, well, the burning wick is turning into a new substance. Okay, then another change that is happening is the melting of the wax. Okay, the wax. The melting of the wax of the candle is considered to be a reversible change, okay, because you can change it back to its original state by freezing. It will turn into solid again, okay. So for this second process, you have to write down the specifically burning of the wick and then new substance, yes. Melting of the wax, new substance, no. Okay, then the burning of the wick will be irreversible, and the melting of the wax will be reversible. So there is, okay, so that liquid wax will turn into solid again. Okay, so that's it for the second process. Third one, add a vitamin tablet to a glass of water. So we have here a beaker of water, and this is our vitamin tablet. Now I'm going to add the vitamin tablet to the water and observe what will happen. Okay, so there is a formation of bubbles, okay, and you can hear also the sound. Okay, so you can hear the fizzing sound of the vitamin tablet, right? So what is the reason why it's creating a fizz? Okay, because of the reason that new substance is being formed in a form of gas. Okay, so the gas is escaping from the tablet, okay, and it is considered to be a new substance. So therefore, when you mix a vitamin tablet into the water, it is considered to be a irreversible change. Next one, we have add vinegar to baking soda. So we have here a baking soda. So from the name itself, it is being used, okay, in baking. And one of the ingredient of this baking soda is bicarbonate or sodium bicarbonate, or we call it also bicarbonate of soda. Okay, now what will happen to the baking soda if we are going to add some vinegar to it? Okay, so observe what is going to happen. So I'm going to pour now the vinegar. Okay, so the reaction of the vinegar and the baking soda is somewhat similar to the reaction of the vitamin tablet and into the water, right? It's also produce some fizz, wherein this is a carbon dioxide actually escaping from the reaction. So that means that some of the chemicals of the vinegar combined with the chemicals of the sodium bicarbonate or the baking soda, it will create a new substance, and one of these substance is the carbon dioxide, which is escaping from the mixture. Okay, so therefore there is a new substance formed, yes, and it will be an irreversible change. Next one, we have add metal coin to the water. So we have here the metal coin, we're just going to put it in the water. Oops, sorry. And observe what is going to happen. Let's just wait for a few minutes and let's see if there will be changes, or there will be change. Okay, I think that's enough. So let's see. Okay, it's just the water. It's typical. Yeah, I can't do this. Oh, okay, that's it. There you go. Okay, so is there any change? Yeah, it became wet compared to the first one, which is dry. Now, unfortunately, we will not be able to observe rusting because rusting is a long process. Okay, so at this moment right now, so there is no change at all. So did new substance form? No. Is it a reversible or irreversible? It is reversible. Okay, because rusting is not happening yet. Maybe after a few weeks, after a month, if you're going to leave the coin in the water, then maybe we'll be able to observe rusting. But right now, it is not irreversible. It is a reversible because no rusting happened. Okay. The next one, you have to add some sugar to water. Okay, we have here some sugar. So I'm just going to add it to the water. Okay, and we're just going to give it a good stir. So what I am doing now is stirring, okay, the mixture in order to dissolve the sugar. Okay, once the sugar is completely dissolved, you will not be able to see the sugar in the water, okay, because it turned into its little particles and hide on the spaces between the water molecules. So it seems disappeared. The sugar seems to disappeared, but actually it is there. Okay, so how are we going to check it? By taste, okay, or if not by taste, is by getting the mass. So before mixing the sugar and the water, you have to get the mass first of the water and the mass of the sugar. And then after, after mixing, it will create a solution. It will turn into a solution. It will be now called as sugar solution because the sugar dissolved in the water. Okay, so it will have the combination of the mass of the sugar and the water. Now, is there a new substance formed? The question is. So there is no new substance formed. It is just a process of dissolving. Okay, so we can still separate the sugar from the water. And what is the process that we are going to use? Yes, it is evaporation. Okay, so in this process, no new substance formed. It is just actually dissolving the sugar, and then the result will be reversible through the process evaporation. Okay, next we have add some salt to water. So we have here salt. Okay, we're going to add to the water and then stir. So in this case, the sugar and the salt, they have a similar property, which is their ability to dissolve in the water. Okay, so the same as what happened to the sugar. So the salt will disappear into the water, but actually the particles of the salt just hide between the molecules of the water. So that's the reason why we will not be able to see it after completely dissolving it in the water. So since it is similar to the sugar, so there is no new substance formed, and we can separate the salt and water again using evaporation. Okay, so it is also a reversible process. Next one, place an ice cube in a plate and watch. Okay, you are very familiar with this next process. Actually, most of the process that we have done, you are familiar to it. Okay, so I'm just going to remove the ice. So we have here our ice. It's not an ice cube, but still it is an ice. Okay, I'm going to place it or put it in a beaker. So what do you think will happen? Is there a new substance formed as the ice melts? As the ice melts, is there a new substance formed? So there is no new substance. It is still a water, only in the different state, right? So therefore, the process is reversible. Okay? Last one. Burn a piece of paper. So we are going to burn a piece of paper, and let's see what is going to happen. Again, class, if you want to try this one, please, with the permission of your parents, okay? Don't do this at home alone. Wait, there should be there. Okay. So you can see here, this is a new substance. We call it ash, because paper is made from wood, and wood is once alive. It is once part of a living matter, which is the tree. Okay, so as you burn the paper, it will turn into ash, and ash is an irreversible substance. So therefore, it is a new substance, and you cannot turn it back to its original form. Okay, so we did the new substance form. Yes, and the result is irreversible. So I think that's all for this activity.